Computer? What's my current location?
You are currently located in the habitat ring, level 11, section 6.
Computer? Open the door to Habitat Room 6A.
Habitat Room 6A is inhabited. Visitors are requested to utilize the entry chime to request admission from the occupant.
I've already done that. No one answered.
By disregarding the entry chime, the occupant is demonstrating a desire to remain undisturbed. Visitors are requested to respect this request.
Computer, who can authorize access to Room 6A?
Emergency access can be authorized from main security or by utilizing the current security override code.
Thanks a lot.
Envoy, I thought you were on your way to meet Ambassador Carrig.
I've just come from the ambassador's quarters. Something's wrong. He's not answering the door.
Computer, what is the location of Ambassador Carrig?
Ambassador Carrig is in Visitors Quarters 6A in Habitat Ring A.
He's still there.
He could be in dormancy. It is possible.
Computer, activate guest summons in VQ6A. Security override Delta 65 Red. Audio.
Activating.
That ought to rouse His Excellency. The Cardassians who built this station didn't take kindly to being ignored. Their guest summons could get the attention of a hibernating Tiberian sloth cat.
There is no response to the guest summons.
That's odd.
I tried to get in and check on him, but the door was sealed. Something's wrong.
You may be right. I'll check the...
Kira to security.
Odo here.
Odo, we've had an incident on level 19.
What is it, Major?
Carlton and I are working on the shield generators. We were using one of those old Cardassian particle torches, welding a cracked bulkhead. He put it down for a second, and it was... gone.
Gone?
I mean gone. Vanished. And we're the only ones down here. We'd have seen anyone come through the maintenance conduit after us. Could someone have beamed it out of here?
I'll check the security logs.
It was right there.
Stay put, Major. I'll get back to you. It appears you'll have to see to the ambassador yourself, Envoy. I'm overriding the privacy seal on his quarters. The access code is Omega 738.
Omega 738.
Use it to let yourself in. I'll join you there as soon as I can.
Computer? Open the door to Habitat Room 6A.
Habitat Room 6A is inhabited. Visitors are requested to utilize the entry chime to request admission from the occupant.
Computer, override the seal on Visitors Quarters 6A. Access code Omega 738.
Access granted. Habitat Room 6A is open.
Thank you, computer. Carrig.
Don't move. And don't touch anything. What happened here, Envoy?
I'm not sure. I just came in and found him like this. At least, I think this is him.
It's him, all right. Unless there was another Tyrian on board. Tyrian DNA particles. Not much left of his body structure. Whoever did this wasn't taking any chances. Odo to Cisco.
Go ahead, Constable.
I'm afraid our Scythian problem is more serious than we thought, Captain. Ambassador Carrig has been murdered.
Murdered? When did this happen?
From the looks of things, I'd say hours ago. I'm running a scan on the remains now.
Talk to me, Constable. What do we know? Suspects? Witnesses? Who found the body?
Envoy Bannick. He's here with me now. The body's at least 4 hours dead, Captain. I'll have to run a level 4 scan to learn more than that. But the plasma storm...
I'm aware of the sensor problems, Constable. But if you tell me that Carrig was killed after 1900 hours yesterday...
Then we've got a murderer on board. Major Kira?
Right. All ships at dock. Security lockdowns, now.
I'll get you those answers, Captain. Odo out.
What kind of weapon could have done this?
I'm reading considerable neutron disruption. Looks like a molecular inhibitor. Haven't seen one of these for a while. Messy, but effective.
Why would someone use a weapon like that?
To avoid detection, probably. The station's weapons sensors aren't configured to scan for inhibitors.
He was unarmed, on a mission of peace. Why would anyone want to kill him?
Oh, I'm sure any of the usual humanoid reasons would have sufficed. Jealousy, greed, revenge. Odo to Dax. Lieutenant, I'm feeding the tricorder readings directly into the main computer.
Got them. High levels of plasma disruption. Terrigen radiation again. That's strange.
Looks like traces of residual radiation on some of the personal effects, and a concentrated corrosive. The pad is thick with it.
Could be a data wipe.
Exactly. Someone wanted to cover their tracks. I'll route what's left of the pad data to Ops. Odo out. I'm always amazed at what humanoids consider motive for murder. You knew the Ambassador. Did he have many enemies?
Maybe it wasn't anything to do with him, personally. It could have been his connections with the Scythians. Maybe he knew something, or had something of theirs, something someone wanted.
You may be right. But what could the Ambassador have been carrying that would have been worth a man's life?
Cisco to Odo.
Odo here.
Constable, is the envoy still with you?
Yes, Captain. I believe we're through here.
Have him report to me in Ops on the double. We've got a lot to talk about.
Yes, sir. You heard the Captain, Envoy. I'll see to it that Ambassador Carrick's remains are put in stasis. I'm sure your government will want to return them to his family.
Thank you. I'm on my way to Ops.
In the meantime, watch yourself. If Carrick's death had anything to do with his mission, you may be next on the list.
Computer. Ops. Captain, Ambassador Carrig has been murdered.
Yes, Envoy. This puts us in a serious situation.
Tell me everything, please, Captain.
We don't know who killed Carrig or why. We don't know if the killer got what he wanted or is still on the station. or whether or not this incident is linked with the Scythians.
Go on, Captain.
We have to open communications with the Scythians. They may know something about the murder. They almost certainly know something about the drone attack.
Could the drone attack have been a diversion to distract us so that Carrick could be assassinated?
Interesting. But no. Odo established that Carrick died before the drone assault, even before you arrived at the station.
Go on, Captain.
Don't lose sight of the main threat. Another, deadlier drone attack. The clock is ticking, Envoy. Now, regarding Carrick's murder.
The clock is ticking? What does that mean?
It's an old Earth expression, Envoy. It means we don't have much time.
I have security training, Captain. Anti-assassin precautions. Incident investigation, level 4. Maybe I could...
Anti-assassin training? Level 4.
Yes, sir.
Envoy, I'm somewhat,
The captain's a little surprised, Bannick, but pleased, I'm sure. Unusual pursuits for a Tyrian.
Perhaps you could be of use, Bannick. Cisco to Odo.
Odo here.
Constable, Bannick has volunteered to aid in your investigation. He has some training.
Whatever you say, Captain. He can begin by analyzing Carrick's log entries. Someone went to great trouble to obliterate them. They almost succeeded. Lieutenant Dax is trying to salvage them now.
Yes, Constable. Cisco out. You heard what Odo said. Good. If you're going to assist in security matters, you might need this. It's a standard issue Starfleet phaser, Bannick. You know how to use one, I take it?
Yes.
Good. Second, there is the matter of the Scythians.
I'll do what I can, Captain.
Good. I'm appointing you acting ambassador in Carrick's place. You have full authority to negotiate with the Scythians. We're counting on you, Envoy. I mean, Ambassador. I'd like you to take a look at Ambassador Carrick's last report. Lieutenant Dax will make it available to you.
I'll route it to a monitor for you.
Finally, of course, there is the matter of the drones.
Lieutenant Dax has kept me informed. We know they were collecting data on the station defenses.
And now we think we know what they used that data for. The drones are beginning to come through the wormhole again, Bannick. A whole new design. Lieutenant Dax can give you the details. That's all.
Envoy. Ambassador. Bannick, I'm sorry about what happened to Carrick.
Thank you, Lieutenant. I appreciate your concern.
Well, over the years I've seen death. Husbands, wives, mentors, friends. It's never easy to accept.
Yes. I've seen loved ones die also. My parents. Murdered in a coup on Menensis 3.
The Caresis Treaty delegation.
That's right.
Your people eventually brought peace to that sector.
A measure of peace, yes.
A measure of peace is the best we can hope for, Bannick.
Unfortunately, that seems to be true.
We can talk more about that later. You need something?
Yes, Captain Cisco mentioned something about the drones.
Yes, they're beginning to reappear. A new type of vessel, but the same pattern. One appears through the wormhole every 3 minutes or so.
These drones are configured differently?
Yes, more powerful, more phaser resistant, I think. The data is sketchy so far.
Can you put one of those on the viewer, Lieutenant?
Let's see if we have a visual yet. I doubt it. They're keeping well out of range. Dax to Carlton. Dax to Ensign Carlton. Carlton, respond. That's odd. Dax to...
Carlton here, Lieutenant.
Ensign. Have you finished modifying the sensor phase variants?
Yeah, with wideband modulation. No luck at double scan.
Don't waste time with that. Go to factor 10 and...
But the scan rate,
We can compensate with a focus sweep matrix.
Key to a metalline structure.
Right. Use latinum. It's distinctive, and certainly rare enough around here. Except at Quarks.
I'll try it, Lieutenant. Carlton out.
Well, that answers that.
When will they attack, do you think?
The big question. I can't say for sure, of course, but with a few educated guesses based on the latest data, matrixed with a calculated hunch, I'd say you have about an hour to coax some helpful facts out of our Scythian friends.
Thanks, Lieutenant.
Transmission from Ambassador Carrick, Tyrian Diplomatic Corps, United Federation of Planets, to Captain Benjamin Sisko, Starbase, Deep Space 9, Stardate 48975.1, copy sent, Starfleet Command. Report on first contact, new race. Present designation, Scythians.
Continue.
Humanoid, highly developed technology, self-sustaining space stations orbiting the fourth planet in the Scythian system.
Continue.
At first, the species appeared somewhat xenophobic. However, further contact proved this to be a misconception.
Continue.
As you can see, the metallic structure of the space station has a high concentration of latinum and other valuable metallic properties. This, combined with the strategic location, would make an alliance with the Scythians extremely desirable.
Continue.
Despite serious linguistic difficulties, which I will elaborate on later, I was able to communicate the existence of the wormhole, the location of DS9, as well as an invitation to open informal talks with the Federation to this Scythian.
Continue.
Who I have concluded is, if not the Scythian leader, then the one among them who stands above others. Though this may seem a fine point of difference to you, Captain, it is in fact a crucial distinction. In addition, I have in my possession certain items which the Federation will find of great interest and potential value. I cannot elaborate on these on an open channel. However, measures will have to be taken to assure their safety.
Continue.
My business in the Gamma Quadrant will not be concluded for a week. Should the Scythians arrive before me, please extend them all courtesy, as I know you will. However, due to the linguistic difficulties previously mentioned, please also avoid all attempts at communication unless absolutely necessary.
Continue.
Carry out. End transmission.
More questions, Bannick?
The information Carrick had that someone tried to erase.
Tried to destroy, actually. Computer, have you finished analyzing data sample A?
Affirmative.
What are the chances for data recovery?
Complete recovery probability is 0.
Chances for partial recovery? Audio data only? Using a Trojan extrapolation matrix?
Probability unknown.
Ha! Computer, apply the Trojan matrix to data sample A. Computer, play the result.
Experience, even I. Sorting out the language barriers to full communication.
Aha!
Can't we do anything about the static?
The saboteur used a metam chlorinide spray. There may be nothing left, Bannick. I'll see what I can do.
Let me hear it again.
Certainly. Computer?
Experience, even I. Sorting out the language barriers to full communication.
He mentions sorting out the language barrier.
Yes. Carrick may help you negotiate with the Scythians after all. I'll run the matrix on all the data and call you when it's done.
Thanks, Lieutenant. Computer. Promenade, Level 7, Section 5. Ensign?
Yarrow, sir. Desma Yarrow, sir.
Desma Yarrow. This airlock leads to the Scythian ship.
Yes, sir.
Has anyone else been here? Anyone tried to talk to the Scythians?
No, just Captain Sisko and Lieutenant Dax. Quark has come around, but I tell him what Mr. Odo said.
And that was...
Arrest him on sight, Ensign. We'll figure out why later.
You heard about Ambassador Carrick's death?
Murder, you mean? Yes, sir.
What were the Scythians doing when Carrick was killed? Did any of them leave the ship?
Not that I know of, not through this airlock. One tried to, though, twice. I talked with him a little.
The Scythian who you talked to, what did you talk to him about?
Well, I can't exactly say.
Can't exactly say. Why not?
We didn't talk about anything, exactly. I think his name is Rune.
Why do you think his name is Rune?
Or her name. Rune, I mean, he could be a she.
What is it that makes you think he or she is named Rune?
I asked him, or her name, and she said Rune.
Was the universal translator having some difficulties?
No, the Scythian didn't give it much to translate, just a few words.
Go on, please.
I'm not sure we really communicated.
Never mind, Ensign. Let's just let it rest for the moment.
Yes, sir.
Open the airlock, please, Ensign.
Let's see if the Scythians have unlocked their side.
Welcome to Deep Space Nine. My name is Bannick. I'm with the Tyrian delegation of the United Federation of Planets. I regret to inform you that Ambassador Carrick is dead.
Carrick. Dead.
I am Ambassador now. Ambassador Bannick.
Carrick. Dead.
Do you understand what I'm telling you? Captain Sisko requests information about the drones. He is very concerned about them.
Destroy. Danger.
Are you telling me to destroy the drones? We already have.
Destroy.
Danger? What do you mean by that? But more drones are coming. Did you know that?
Destroy. Citadel.
Citadel? What's that?
Citadel. Danger.
Citadel? Where is it?
Show. Citadel. Show danger. Silence.
Yes, show me this citadel.
Show. Rune.
Go on. Tell me more.
Show Citadel!
Congratulations, Ambassador. You've survived your first negotiation with the Scythians, and vented remarkably little plasma, if you know what I mean.
How'd I do, Ensign? Terrible? Or worse?
Yes, sir.
Dax to Yarrow. Ensign, is Bannick with you?
Yes, Lieutenant.
Tell him I could use his help up here in Ops. I finished analyzing Carrick's logs, but some anomalies persist.
Right away, Lieutenant.
Has the Ambassador opened up communications with the Scythians?
Yes, ma'am. And closed them, too.
I see. What happened?
I'll tell you all about it when I get to Ops, Lieutenant.
Good. Dax out.
I guess you'll be on your way to Ops, sir.
I'd like to hear what you think about the Scythians, Ensign. How would you try to communicate with them?
Well, I don't exactly know, I'm sure, Ambassador. They don't seem to like to talk much. But my father told me if you want to make friends, make sure the other guy does more talking than you do.
But that would mean...
You wouldn't say anything at all. Yes, sir.
You seem skilled at putting people at their ease, Ensign. What made you decide to strap on a phaser?
Well, sir, they tell us the sign of a good security officer is she never lets a situation deteriorate to where a phaser is necessary. By the way, I notice you've strapped one on too.
I hope my situation doesn't deteriorate, Ensign, but just in case.
Yes, diplomacy by other means. But now you better think about getting back up to Ops.
Any ideas about Carrick's death, Yarrow? Who might have killed him and why?
No, sir. A seemingly meaningless crime. But I'm sure whoever did it had their reasons. They always do.
Thank you, Ensign. Goodbye.
Goodbye, sir.
Turbolifts to this area are currently under repair. Nearest operational turbolifts are located in the lower promenade.
Computer. Ops.